Oh, that was good. The Harambe Wildlife Reserve was established in 1971 to help protect the animals you're about to see here today. They become less afraid of humans. So this is great for safaris like this one. Looks like we're gonna head right in. Everybody, if you have cameras, keep them out early and often. Because we're entering Little Ituri Forest. The animals here are notorious for being difficult to spot. And if you look to your right, you'll see the okapi. The animal right there kind of looks like a zebra. He's actually related to the giraffe. The animal right there with that pale brown coat is actually the greater kudu. The greater kudu is actually the second tallest antelope in Africa. Growing to be about 4 feet at the shoulder and 750 pounds. To the left, watering holes like this one, it's actually a great place to spot some black rhino. Hopefully we see some. Black rhino are actually being hunted. There's one right there eating. Can everybody see it? Can y'all in the back see it? Black rhinos are being hunted by the hundreds. There are only 5,000 left. The animal right there is actually the yellow-billed stork. It kind of looks like they're frozen. They'll eat anything from fish to snakes to frogs to even other birds. Quite the carnivorous bird. And it looks like we're going to get an up-close and personal with one of my favorite animals, the bongo. Not exactly Casper, but they call him the ghost of the forest because he hides pretty well with those great big horns of his. Right there to your left, there's the bongo. Their big old floppy ears. Alright, let's get out of there. We're getting out of the story first. We're now entering the Sapi River. The Sapi River. Sapi River is where we can find some animals like the Nile hippopotamus. So everyone keep your eyes peeled for the Nile hippopotamus. We see any? Yes, no, maybe so? Huh? It's alright if we don't. There should be some. Coming up. There's some hippos right there. Hippos are born at about 85 pounds and grow to be 5,500 pounds. Overnight, they can eat up to 150 pounds of vegetation. And they can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes. The animal with the huge beak right there is actually the pink-backed pelican. Doesn't look like it now, but his back turns a vibrant pink color during mating season. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna have to ask everyone to stay seated for me. Just like you're doing right there. Because we're coming across a very dangerous bridge, and this very dangerous bridge contains Nile crocodile underneath. The Nile crocodile. Can grow to be about 20 feet long. It has a height of 2,000 pounds per square inch. To be seen with their mouths open, it's probably not just because they're hungry, but also they exhaust heat like that. Because they're cold-blooded animals and they need to cool down. I'm going to be a little bit of a speed demon myself, so don't mind trying to get the flux capacitor working. Didn't exactly work. We're not entering a different ecosystem, but they're completely different animals. And to your right, you'll actually see the baobab tree. The baobab tree is also known as the upside down tree for its root-like appearance at the top. This is my favorite view of the entire reserve. The Serengeti grasslands. It's like a superhighway for migrating animals and home to some of our more popular animals like lions, elephants, and giraffes.
Oh my.
See, Africa we're all trying to preserve. And to your right, if you look very closely, you'll see the white-bearded wildebeest trying to get some shade over there. You see him? The white-bearded wildebeest is actually known as the gnu by the locals here for the low grunting noise it makes. Which, as you can imagine, sounds like gnu, but really low.
Right next to us.
We're now coming across some sable antelope. The sable antelope are actually the symbol for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. You can tell the males from the females because the males have a nice brown coat and the females have a reddish brown coat. To your left.
Those are all.
And on either side of us coming up, you're going to see some termite mounds. Termite mounds can grow quite tall, as you can see to your left. They're actually hard as concrete. And sometimes you'll see elephants using them as scratching posts to get to those hard to reach places. And if you look far to your right, you actually see a giraffe. That's far right. Those from here both look like Maasai giraffes. Maasai giraffes get their name from their edgy, irregular pattern. And that animal right there is not a baby antelope. To your right, it's actually a springbok. Springbok only grow to be about 3 feet tall, but they can jump from anywhere from 10 to 11.5 feet directly in the air, which makes them the animal you don't want to play in sporting events. Springbok only grow to be about 100 pounds. They're my favorite animal. And you can see the white-bearded wildebeest coming to join the party.
That animal with the huge horns out there is an Angoli cat, also known as the Watusi cat.
All right, we got another couple of animals over there. It's the Patterson's eland right next to those giraffes, and the Ankoli cattle over there. The Patterson's eland. The eland are the biggest type of antelope in Africa. The Patterson eland grows to be about 6 feet tall at the shoulder and 2,000 pounds. And the Ankoli cattle you see over there is an animal with the great big horns. Those horns can grow anywhere to be 5 to 6 feet tall and 20 inches around. And over there, eating right next to that Ankoli cattle is actually a reticulated giraffe. That's different from the Maasai giraffe in that their coats are different. The reticulated giraffe gets its name from the Latin root word reticulata, meaning net. Does everybody get that? All that? Because there's going to be a test, and you all better be ready, or you're stuck with me.
Look how big it is.
that Ancolicado right there. To your right. We're now entering Monkey Point. Monkey Point is named for the monkey that live here. They're actually mandrill monkeys. Well, let's hope we can see some. Because these monkeys are quite sneaky, as monkeys tend to be. I see them right there. These monkeys are quite social. Well, remember, they like to hide and stuff because they're monkeys. You see them behind that log over there? Mandrill monkeys are the most colorful monkeys. And they grow to be about 100 pounds. Oh yeah, he's just sneaking around over there. There's also one in the back there if you have great eyes. You can tell the most dominant mandrill, whichever one has the most coloration on his face. Alright, I'm going to show you all a quick little shortcut of mine, so that we can see up close and personal looks of elephants. Looks like they closed my road. I can't imagine why. Interesting. Has anybody never rode safaris before? Everybody here rode safaris before? Interesting. I'm going to have to ask you all to stay seated because we're coming across a very dangerous bridge. This dangerous bridge doesn't look like it has any animals underneath like the last one, but it doesn't look that well put together. Hell, if you're not new, then look to your left, you'll see a very interesting animal. It's right over the bridge. Oh no, oh jeez. Alright, we got through that one. With all our limbs intact, there was no animal there. I was playing a prank on you. So the red clay pits would show signs of elephant markings. As you can see, you have tusk marks right over there. Elephants are actually being hunted for these tusks. Also, they suffer from habitat loss. Habitat loss stems from an ore called coltan, which is in our cell phones, laptops, and other electronic devices. If we recycle these items, these beautiful creatures won't have to lose their homes. I'm now picking up a local radio station. Everybody sit back, listen, and enjoy the sounds of Africa. how cute. It's summertime and the living is easy to be an elephant. If that doesn't melt your house part, I don't know what will. And over to the left, you'll see the greater flamingo. The greater flamingo actually get their pink coloration from the brine shrimp that they eat, which contains keratin. Also, a group of flamingos, like you see right there to your left, is actually called a flamboyance. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. The flamboyance of flamingos. Coming up ahead is where we can usually spot some white rhinos. They're being hunted for their horns. Not even safe on reserves like this one. We're trying to protect them, but the poachers are very well funded and keep coming up with more sophisticated ways to thwart our efforts. And there's some right there sleeping. That's a crash of rhinos. That's what a group of rhinos is called, a crash. And right there you'll see some ostrich. The ostrich is the biggest bird, although flightless. Can run up to 40 miles per hour, which I think makes up for its inability to fly. There's a white rhino. Looks like he had a long week himself.
Or a late night.
White rhinos, as you can see, clearly aren't white. They get their name from their square wide jaws, because in Afrikaans, the word for wide is bite. Thus, they are the white rhinos. They're bigger than the black rhinos, and they can be up to 5,000 pounds. They run up to 35 miles per hour. They're born made of keratin, which is the same things in your fingernails and hair. Over to your left is a kopi. Everybody say kopi.
Kopi.
Kopi is home to one of our more prideful animals. Hint, hint. Let's hope we can find them. These animals are inactive anywhere from 16 to 18 hours out of the day. So if we don't see them, they're probably just taking a cat nap. Another hint. And to your right, you actually see the scimitar horned oryx. The scimitar horned oryx is named after a Middle Eastern sword. And the other animal, the brown one, is actually called the Bontilok. The Bontilok is actually related to the wildebeest. Believe it or not. And down in that hole right there, you'll actually see the warthog. Please stay seated. Warthog can run for 35 miles per hour. It is the largest burrowing animal. It'll steal the burrows of other animals. And down to your left, you'll actually see some ostrich eggs. Ostrich eggs are the biggest eggs out of any bird. Going to be 3 pounds, the heaviest. And we'll see another ostrich coming up. This is a male ostrich. You can tell because his plumage is different. His feathers are actually black, while the rest of them are gray because they're female. about Harambe Wildlife Preserve that we're always trying to expand, always welcoming new guests. One of our new guests is the Addix here. Addix is actually a desert antelope and has these great big spiraling horns. The cool thing about the Addix is he can go virtually his whole life without drinking any water. He gets all the water he needs. He gets all the water he needs from the vegetation he eats. How close is this Addix to my truck? Hey, you people in the back, please stay seated. You people in the back, tell me when he passes. Is he gone? We're good? Cool. Sadly, there are only 300 left in the world. Thank you all for joining me today. You all are wonderful. If you're looking for something else to do here in Africa, you can try Pangani Trail. It's a walking expedition. You can see animals like fish, snakes, frogs, gorillas, and meerkats. And many more animals that are really, really cool. Or, because I know you all had so much fun with me today, you can all join us back here at Kilimanjaro Safaris. Remember, no two safaris are ever the same. These animals are live animals and they always come to surprise us. So please, make your way back on down to Kilimanjaro Safaris. We'd love to have you. Here in Africa, we don't like to say goodbye. We say kwaherini. Everyone say kwaherini. So y'all said that better than y'all said Jumbo, so I don't know if y'all want to be gone or what. Kwaherini means go well. But goodbyes are too sad and too long. Looks like we got clearance. Make sure you don't leave anything on the truck. If you leave it, I'll take it. It'll be mine. Finders keepers. So kwaherini, everybody.
Kwaherini!